Park, a crowd of about 19,000 people. Ideal conditions as the ball is bounced through centre. Henwood tries to get a handball out. It comes now to Stringer. The kick away towards the half-forward line, coming to meet at Widder. Can't control the footy. Players go in hard, but the umpire has seen a free kick, and it's going the way of Bruce Winter at centre half-back. Widder to put the legs into attack towards the lake end of Footy Park. Conditions about 22 degrees, ideal for player. Magnificent turf. McDermott goes through, runs past Hall, gets it out wide. Now Donovan into attack. Go the Bays up towards Carey. Copping! Carey behind, Copping in front. And the long arm forward is playing full forward by the looks of things in the absence of Adam Garton, who didn't make the 20. And he's got the ball 30 metres out in front. If anything, he's wind assisted, but there's so little breeze, it's not really worth considering. Copping's kick underway. The umpire said he's home. The Bays are off. Glenelg a goal. Norwood yet to open their account.
It's a very good opening, and Stephen Copping, who didn't play all Escort Cup matches, had an interrupted commencement at the start of the year. Looks pretty fresh, looks pretty fit, and that was a fine goal. Max Cruz is in the back pocket for Glenelg. He's looking after the big men, and John Seabohm at centre half back. And in the centre of the ground we have Alan Stringer.
Hall against Henwood at the centre bounce. Umpire Hilton in charge, joined by Darryl Schramm. Hall got up the high, got the ball to Scanlon, winds his way through, gets it back to Hall. Thought about a handball, fumbled it finally, lost it McDermott. In comes Tanner. Tanner now to Kelly. Thought about Thomas, now gives it to that player, uses his pace to break clear. Pulls the ball back towards the half-forward line. Gallagher through. The handball out is not good. Marshall under pressure. Likewise Maynard. In goes Thomas. He's got the ball in the right forward pocket. Puts it up towards big full forward in Hine. With him Michael Ace. Open goal. The legs have squared it.
Great recovery, Michael Ace. She came across, read it beautifully. And he's the one player that Norwood really want back in top form, and he looks to be in top form too. On that occasion, it was over the top of Hine. Cruz couldn't really contain the ball there, and it was Michael Ace who pounced on it and kicked a fine goal. So it's 1 goal each in the first 2.5 minutes of the game.
Big crowd, big game expected, ideal turf. Henwood against Hall. Hall leaping well, got up the higher of the two then. The handball came out to Thomas from the opposition in towards the half-forward line. Fortuitously favours Payne, gets to Scanlon. Scanlon high in towards full forward. Ace there again. Thumped away from that player. Hine got it back as far as Seabohm. In goes Cruz. Umpire stacks up. No, he's going to give a free kick to Max Cruz.
Just over the top of his shoulder, Max Cruz's free kick, and that goes out to McDermott. Duthie's leading down the centre of the ground. Way down from fullback. Geez, covered some territory. Couldn't take the mark. Hodgman couldn't take it off hands, but it's Duthie who comes away with it. And he kicks long up towards centre half forward. Big pack of players, and it's Taylor out from the back pocket, but a free kick in front was going to Jim West. He's got it right on the edge of the square. There's a lead on. Copping's out in front, and he marks in front of Bruce Winter.
Might have a bit too much pace, Peter. Sorry. He might have a bit too much pace for Bruce Winter.
You might be right, Ian. Actually, most forward players do, but it's Bruce's ability to read the ball that normally keeps him in the game. But Copping certainly at this early stage has shown him a clean pair of heels. Kenny Kicky second. That's dead centre. 2 goals, Copping. Glenelg 2 goals. Norwood 1 goal.
Yes, the pace was there, but more importantly, as far as Copping was concerned, it was a brilliantly put kick from Jim West, who got the free kick on the half-forward line after Taylor had made the mark. He made the most of it, but he lost it to one of his teammates through pushing West in the back. But the pass was brilliantly put. There was nothing Winter or anyone else could have done to cut off that ball, and Copping made no mistake from 35 metres out. 2 goals the Bays, a goal the Leagues.
4.5 minutes gone. It's been a great opening to the game. Henwood in ruck opposed to John Hall. John Hall is a big man. Looks a little bit slimmer this year than last. Off hands towards Keith Thomas. Did it superbly to Michael Ace. Ace uses the left boot. The lead is on from Maynard. He's out in front. Couldn't take the mark. Good opposition there from Duthie. Wayne stringing out, fighting hard for the ball, and the umpire will have to bounce it. Umpire Schramm at left half forward flank. Most of the so-called experts seem to favour Glenelg to win this game, but Norwood have come up with a pretty good side. Big push away sees Michael Aish low to the ground. Comes out though to Maynard. McIntosh tried to put him over the fence, and Thomas goes for the line, and there'll be a throw in centre wing.
2 goals to a goal, nearly 6 minutes gone. It'll be John Hall against Henwood. Strength against strength. Henwood may be marginally smaller than Hall, although he got front spot. Hall got the roundhouse right. Jarvis got the kick. Straight to Wayne Stringer. Returns the ball to the half-forward line. The bodies go in. West in front. Warhurst behind. Now Hall looking for Thomas. Shrugs off that tackle. Gets out of trouble well. Drives a long one to the half-forward line. Across comes Maynard. Both of them there. Rodney and Brenton. Through comes Duthie. McDermott thought about a handball. Run down. Got the kick away. Finds Maynard on the half-forward line. Maynard has no pressure put on him as he kicks long over to the outer side. There is Weston. Also in the front there is Salisbury coming down for the ball, and he takes the mark at centre half forward. Marshall's in the pocket on his lonesome. That's the way the ball will go. Not direct football, but Marshall can have a shot at the woodwork. Pretty acute angle, 60 degrees. Off goes Copping. Actually, it was West who led. Marshall's kick is spot on for accuracy, but it's going to be light on for distance. In there goes Hodgman. Against the tide was Kingo Taylor. Player stack up again, and the umpire will bounce.
2 goals Glenelg. Norwood 1 goal on 7's big lead. Gallagher there at number 11 for Norwood. Kidney for Glenelg, number 17. Up goes Hall. Carey came across the top brilliantly. McDermott caught, nowhere to go, holding the ball just as well. Well, the Kidney kick had an off bounce to it, but it's Taylor with the free kick. Michael Aish on the side of him, but Taylor will come long towards half back. In front, Alan Stringer, who was pushed in the back by McIntosh. A clear free kick. Alan Stringer. Carey leading into the pocket. Carey in front. Aish comes across in front. Courageous mark. Gee, timed that well, Michael Aish. Only came in very late. Short to John Hall. Hall is at left half-back flank for Norwood. Henwood is really the only big man down there, so Hall tries to avoid him slightly. The professional Seabohm goes for the punch. Alan Stringer to Donovan, back to Seabohm. Copping's on his own. He's got it! Beautiful kick from Seabohm. Copping's 3rd mark. When you've got someone coming down the ground that can kick as well as Seabohm, it makes it pretty hard for the backmen. Copping was always going to get that. It's his 3rd kick. That's his 3rd goal. Glenelg 3 goals. Norwood 1 goal on 7's big lead.
Oh yes, the Bays starting well. John Seabohm, a valued player as far as the Bays are concerned. He got the handball out of the pack, and he thought about another handball, but Copping had made space, only about 3 metres away from Widder. But as far as the Bays were concerned, that was 3 metres too far. A beautiful kick, a top goal, 3 goals, plays 1.
Well, can Norwood come back into it now? Only trailing by 2 goals, but the rate at which Glenelg can kick them makes them a danger. That's a McIntosh free kick. He was grabbed high. There was some suggestion or rumour that he may not take up his place in this game, but he's out there with a vengeance. Michael Aish now at right half-forward flank. The ball coming back, and that's the first point of the day. Norwood 1-1, Glenelg 3 goals.
Graham Corns had an excellent Escort Cup preparation. Finished on top and will play in the final, April 8, on 7's big league. Put the ball on the outer side there. Tapped away from Tanner to Aish. Here's a chance, 40 metres out. He goes for home with a long one. He's got it! Fine goal, Michael Aish, his 2nd. Doing it on his lonesome at the moment. The legs 2-1. Trail Glenelg 3 goals.
Oh, isn't it great to see him back in top form? He's had a great deal of problem with the back, which he kept quiet for a couple of years, but it obviously affected him. But he looks pretty good at the moment. He's had 5 kicks. He's kicked 2 goals. In fact, there's only 2 players out there that have kicked goals. Copping with 3 and Michael Aish with 2.
Neil Baum with a few problems, but he's still well in it, of course, only 5 points down as he makes a mess of that Wrigley's. Line ball, that one. Stringer looked for Salisbury, couldn't find him. He's on the ground, too slow to get rid of it, and the free kick will go to Tanner. He's the up-and-comer from the Escort Cup Series. played extremely well, very strong. As the ball goes to his half-forward line, thump clear again. Kidney, Marshall, off the half-back line they run. Duthie, flanked there now by Donovan. Out wider still Stringer. Stringer playing centre this afternoon, strides off, puts it out now looking for West and/or Big Carey, but a fine mark by Warhurst. He takes it in defence and pushes it back looking for Tanner. Too far for that player. Stringer close to the line. Tries to set it up now for his teammate. He goes out. McIntosh back in defence. With him is Maynard. Gee, he's back in defence at the moment, and he finds with a short pass Scanlon.
I don't know if he should be back in defence, Ian. He's run a long, long way down. Scanlon now has really got no one to kick it to. No one at centre half forward. He's got to go long and put it high. Michael Ace from behind. No big men there for Norwood. Glenelg have got defenders everywhere. Finally, it's Ross Gibbs who kicks it back towards the centre of the ground. Good judgment. Scanlon. Oh, he didn't need to do that. Paul had to get rid of it very quickly. Through comes Henwood. Maynard. He was dragged. Holding the ball, umpire Sam says. Maynard went back to the free kick.
He handballed it, Peter.
He did too, Ian. He's giving the umpire plenty. Michael Ace, up he gets. Can he kick his third? He's going to go short to Neil Hine. Great football, Norwood. And Michael Ace is right in this game, and he is looking superb. Maynard cannot believe it. The Glenelg trainer is having a chat to him, trying to cool him down. Maynard still saying plenty to the umpire. He has the odd word, young Peter Maynard. The Hine kick is just through. His first goal, Norwood 3-1, Glenelg 3 goals.
Well, an incredible difference Michael Ace makes to the legs. But gee, can he keep this pace going? In the first quarter, he's here, there and everywhere. He's had 6 kicks. He's booted 2 goals. He gave that one away to Hine. And you just wonder whether a man can keep on going at this pace for 4 quarters. If he does, he'll be the fittest man in Australia. But at the moment, he's given the legs every chance. He's put them in front. 3-1. They lead the Tigers 3 goals.
Great game of football here at Football Park. Carey and ruck now. Oh, gee, Hall got up very high. Seabohm came through very strongly. Kelly's handball missed. Tanner backed it up beautifully, though. Left boot. He got distance with that one. Keith Thomas from behind, and it's Alan Stringer with the crumbs. Now Marshall. David Kernahan seems to change sides. McIntosh in very late. And the crowd love it when McIntosh gets into the game. David Kernahan puts it up to centre half forward. John Hall is there, and the big man marks it. All these Norwood ruckmen love getting back into defence to plug those holes. They do it very well. Michael Ace again. 2 Norwood players up there. Carey got the kick away, but he's kicked it out on the full. And he's involved again in McIntosh.
What a player. What a crowd pleaser. Getting back to John Hall, Peter, I think he's leaping higher than I've seen him do so. Certainly in the Escort Cup games, he looks in top shape. The kick by Jarvis goes to the half-forward line. 13 minutes gone. Kidney off the half-back line. A long kick. Up looking for West. He's underneath the ball. There's 2-on-1, maybe 4-on-1 back there. Jarvis. Slow to get rid of the ball. And under pressure, he put it out on the full. 3-1 to 3 goals. No, the umpire said it was touched as it went out. Well, maybe he was over the line when he kicked it. West thought he's going to get a free kick. Did not eventuate. West against Hall, who makes front spot, taps it cleverly down to McIntosh, supported there by Taylor, who got a kick away. Thomas got a bad one. Likewise, Ace. Stringer back in defence. The kick is not good. Scanlon over the top. Big mark.
Fine mark. Scanlon had a lot of trouble last year with leg injuries, but he looks pretty good too. 14 minutes gone in the first quarter. Hine comes out. The big chap can't mark it. Maynard backed out of the pack superbly. Gallagher's got it now. Up it goes. Oh, Gallagher didn't have a look. He didn't have enough time, but he put it up there, and it was Payne who came in late to take a fine mark. Well, Glenelg were out of the blocks very quickly, but Norwood has played the steadier football in the last 8 to 10 minutes. So young David Payne, without headgear. Yes, he is inaccurate at times in front of goal, Ian, and perhaps that's one of the problems with him at the moment. He gets the ball often enough.
I'd agree with that. He still kicks plenty of goals from that spot too, Peter. But the Redlegs going well with their playmakers to the fore. Michael Ace didn't play on the Escort Cup series, but generally speaking, they weren't well served by their playmakers in that competition. Carey, good mark. The handball away, sets up Maynard, looks for Marshall. Centre wing, they go into attack towards the half-forward line. Copping there, bucked away from that player. Winter, not paid the mark. Copping put on the saddle, he comes out with a footy. Out wider still is Kernahan. The kick is going to be light on. Taylor back there, Barm thumps it through his own goal, concedes the point. Under pressure, and the Bays get their first one. 3-1 to the Legs, 3-2.
I think Bruce Winter may have dislocated a finger in that exchange. He's called for the trainers to come out and give it some attention. He appeared to mark the ball too. Tanner puts one up towards Maynard. It's Brenton Maynard, but it's Glenelg's ball as it's handballed back towards half-back. Kernahan, Donovan, pushed out of bounds, and we'll see a throw in. 3-2 Norwood, Glenelg 3-1 on Seven's big league. It's been a great first quarter of football. 16 minutes gone. Hine and Carey. Hine got the tap, comes back to Hodgman. He jags one forward. Jim West in front. Got it out quickly to David Kernahan. He hooks it back. Maynard's on his own. Taylor over the top. Hit him right in the back of the head. And it's a free kick to Maynard. Well, those umpires have made it clear, and certainly through their head man, Peter Mead, they've made it clear that anything high, aimed at the head, will be free kicked, particularly if a player's on the ground. And umpire Schramm talking to Michael Taylor about it at the moment. There's no doubt that that tackle was high. Now Maynard would be 40 metres out on about a 45-degree angle. Distance is okay, but accuracy not. So Glenelg now 3-2, Norwood the same.
Yes, Peter, I think the leg defence was in disarray then. Bruce Winter was trying to get attention from the trainers for his finger, and a couple of them running around there just looking for players at the time, and there were some loose men, and Michael Taylor had to look after two and transgressed. He's got the footy now and got it from Hine. The long handball and the long kick goes over to Maynard, Rodney type. He got a bad bounce. Now it's Kidney, McDermott. The Bays build a long one in towards the half-forward line. Copping there, over the top, too strong. Or the Legs may have to look for a move. Winter's got a problem with his hand, and I think you'll find there's tape on it. Trying to see up the top there whether he has got tape on it. It looks to be a white bandage around it, but at the moment he's got troubles with Copping. He's booted 3, and I don't think that one's going to add to his tally. He's just offline. Winter and Norwood breathe a sigh of relief. That puts the Bays in front. 3-3, plays Norwood 3-2.
Yes, I don't know that they can do much down there, Ian. I agree with you that they'd be thinking about a move, but not only do they need someone quick, they need someone tall. Great kick by Kernahan. Barm came in late. Gallagher, Barm, West interrupted the handball. A chance now, Maynard. Marshall's a good kick. Have a look at that. Through it goes, his first goal. Glenelg 4-3, Norwood 3-2 on Seven's big lead.
Peter, he didn't let you down. You built him up before he got the ball, and that was a brilliant kick. It started at the right goal post, just came in with the boot, and went right through the middle in the end, and the Bays have hit the front now by 7 points, 4-3 to 4-2, and we see Bruce Winter there getting some attention for that finger, and he's going back onto Copping, but he's got a big job ahead of him this afternoon.
Glenelg by 7 points. Fantastic football here at Football Park. Hine over the top. Back to Hine, it comes from McIntosh. Now Gallagher, a quick one around the body. Michael Aish again, beautifully picked up. Back to Brenton Maynard. Here they go, Norwood. Into the pocket goes Tanner. Had the ball on the ball. Payne, Brenton Maynard. Andrew Aish gets around onto the left boot. Puts it back to his brother Michael. He dummies superbly. Don't tell me he's going to kick his third goal. Sets it up. Just offline. Norwood 3-3, Glenelg 4-3.
The way he's playing, you would have think he'd been starved from football for 5 years. It's his 7th kick. Brilliant performance. Fine mark there by Marshall. He's playing well. On the half-back line, he gets his 15 metres. It would have been his 5th kick. He elected a handball. Cruz let Stringer take it. Loose shacking. The other Stringer, this is Allen, on the half-forward line. He thought about Maynard. Now gives it to him. Maynard in the meantime had turned his back, has to hook it back in hope. Hodgman there, one-handed. Thomas back in defence. Hodgman has the pace, pushes it through. Kernahan wants it, thought about him, gave it back down to McDermott under pressure. Good tackle put on him. The umpire said play on. Down goes Kelly. Players stack up. The umpire will come in and bounce. But the Bays lost an opportunity there. Poor handball. 4-3 they lead Norwood 3-3.
Hodgman played it very well initially. He back-footed all of the Norwood defenders, but McDermott just held onto it a fraction too long. Henwood and Hine. Hine too much height. Taylor now, big kick away. Ace under the ball. Oh, the man's a freak. That's his fourth mark. Eighth kick. Best man on the ground in the first quarter. His father will run out there in a minute. Fantastic performance from the Ace brothers. Andrew's probably too far out to score. Goes in as long as he can, right into the square. Big pack of players, no mark. Brenton, Rodney Maynard, Michael Ace again. Dear oh dear. He may have a shot for goal on this occasion, although anything short will be used. There it is. It's come unstuck. Glenelg come away now through McDermott. He's kicked to centre wing. James West. He'll put it up for the running Glenelg players. Here's a go. Balm and Kidney. David and Goliath.
I can tell you Craig Balm wasn't going to stop. Neither was Kidney, of course. But as you say, David and Goliath. I don't know whether Glenelg is going to have to look for a tag for Michael Ace. It's well known that Port Adelaide have had success like that, but at the moment he's killing them. Henwood got the push. He'll get the free kick on the half-forward right flank. Too far out to score, although he's got a fairly big boot on him. 4-3 to 3-3. Copping wants it in long. No lead, so that's where he's going, long. Kernahan waiting at the back. Hind back in defence, in front. Copping. The umpire paying the man behind. Oh, I thought Copping might have had a slice of that. The umpire didn't agree. And big Neil Hind gets the mark. Plus 15 metres as he edges the ball out of defence. Up looking for Warhurst. 1-2 grabs. Thomas can't. In goes McDermott. Over the top is Warhurst. And the umpire will come in for a bounce on the right corner, the attacking corner of the square for the Bay.
Gee, there are some great duels all over the ground. McIntosh and Alan Stringer in the middle. Hine and Carey. Hall and Henwood. Hine and Henwood at the moment. Back it goes. No one can get possession of the ball, but finally a free kick will go to Craig Kelly. Craig Balm was off down the outer side of the ground, but he had to give it up. Well done, Alan Stringer. He came across in front of Andrew Ace, but Ace backed it up well. Carey's under that ball. Michael Ace, a lot of courage again. Stopped Carey from marking it. It comes out now to Wayne Stringer. Now Kim Hodgman. He goes long. Winter comes out. Also Taylor. Now Warhurst in a lot of trouble holding the ball. It's on. Kidney is giving plenty in there, but it's his free kick. And the new interpretation says the time runs from when you get possession, not from when you tackle. And that's the one of the reasons why on that occasion it was holding the ball. Robin Kidney can kick a long way for Little Rover. McDermott lurking at centre half forward, but Kidney can certainly thump the ball. Distance okay, but a point only. Glenelg 4-4, Norwood 3-3 on Seven's big lead.
Top quarter of football, nearly 24 minutes gone. Balm, a beautiful kick into the outer side. Getting underneath it out there was Kelly. Tanner in support. The ball will be bounced. Salisbury comes up for air. A bounce down on the half-forward left flank for the Bays in attack. 4-4 to 3-3. Hine against West, cleverly taps the ball. Couldn't get it out clearly, however. A chance now for Warhurst, who edges him out of defence. Andrew Ace over the centre line. Goes for the bounce. Thought about Thomas. Changes tack. Kicked into his own man by the looks of things. Now it's Gallagher. He's got time to look. Sets it up now for the lead of Michael Ace again. Can't quite get there. Got his hands to it. Gibbs went for the soccer. Finally it finds there in defence Carey. He got it off the boot of Payne. Now Marshall. Marshall has a bounce as he goes out of defence to the half-forward line. Warhurst in front of West. Thumps clear. Centre wing. First there will be Maynard, or Kidney it is. Kidney against Tyne, beats that player. Copping wants it in, puts it into the pocket. It's well dispatched. West has got it. Next will be Maynard, and the Bays can have a set shot at goal. They ran that beautifully. Maynard on a pretty acute angle. Corns issuing instructions. Only about 30 metres out. The Bays can smile at the moment. They've got a 7-point advantage. Maynard should improve that. He does. Slots it beautifully. His first. 5-4 Glenelg. 3-3 the legs. Great action on Seven's big lead.
Well, Glenelg turned the Norwood offensive mistake to their advantage. The loose kick from Payne went straight to Carey, and from that point, no Norwood player touched the ball. It ended up with Maynard, who is a very accurate kick, and it presented no problem to him. As we approach time on, Norwood 3-3, Glenelg 5-4.
Hall against Carey. Hall leaping well at the centre bounce. Carey got his hand to that one. Trying to get it clear was Payne having a run on the ball, and he's going to get a free kick from the centre circle. To put the legs into attack, they're down by 13 points. Off goes Maynard. Up there is Hine as well. Hine in the middle. Thump clear by Duthie. At the back is McIntosh. Plus Mr. Call Gibbs seeks the aid of Salisbury. He's got time to look, but gee, there's no one up there. He's got to kick long up towards West. Warhurst gets the edge out. Comes out with a footy. Now Gallagher. Tang goes beautifully out of trouble. Tanner. Centre wing to put the legs into attack, has the luxury of a bounce. Oh, the kick is a shocker. High up in the air. Hine might get a leap at it. He does. Back in defence was Cruz. Duthie. Hodgman waits the outcome, but the umpire has given a free kick. It's going the way of the Bays, taken by Duthie in defence.
McIntosh has gone to half into the forward pocket in. I don't think he's too fit, McIntosh. As we mentioned before, there was a suggestion he wouldn't play. Now Glenelg, Hodgman, Wayne Stringer. Oh, they're running beautifully, the Bays. Warhurst back on it now. In comes Copping. He's the danger man. Alan Stringer, down he goes. Pushing the back. Oh, there was a bit of both in that.
Play on.
You ought to agree, Ian, that was a play on decision. It was a bit of a push and certainly some holding the ball in it. Copping on a lead, and it seemed to be too easy. It looks easy from here, but I'd hate to be Bruce Winter, because not only is Copping quick, but the ball is just coming into him so well. You can't stop that. Doesn't matter who you are. Fifth kick, Copping. On its way, just offline again. Copping, he's missed two reasonably easy shots of late. He could have had 5 in the first quarter. Glenelg 5-5, Norwood 3-3.
Yes, you can't stop those passes, Peter, and when you have a look at the players who are putting out the passes, they've got some brilliant kicks in their side. The legs are just going to have to bottle up the gaps. The bounce beats Michael Ace. Hodgman, Salisbury, short as West. That's the way the ball will end. Right forward pocket. Dwayne Russell kicked one from here Saturday. West can't, right up towards full forward. At the back there is Baum. Through goes Thomas. Concedes the point. Safety first. 5-5 to 5-6 Glenelg, 3-3. And Sevens Graham Campbell doesn't like that conceding of anything.
No, and I think you might have called for a free kick in that instance, Ian. Graham Campbell similarly, not too wrapped in it. Certainly happens a lot these days. Tanner. Professional free kick by Carey, but off they go again through Tanner. Andrew Aish came in late then too. McIntosh in the pocket. Duthie couldn't mark the ball. Hine in there as well. They want a free kick. Holding the ball, they got one. Norwood wanted the free kick and it went against them. Duthie, Neville Roberts and Neil Baum look on there, and it's Wayne Stringer who takes the mark at centre half back, goes long. West against 3 Norwood players. Taylor finally. Andrew Aish in front, pushed out towards Carey, very quick to boot. Now Maynard. Oh! Unnecessary. And Craig Kelly. Now Maynard's just gone down, something wrong with his ankle. Kelly gets 15 metres against him. Maynard just went right over on his ankle then, after copping one right around the ear. Tries the torpedo punt. He's kicked it a mile. He's kicked it. Maynard has got his second. Glenelg 6-6, Norwood 3-3. And it's still on out there between Kelly and Maynard. In
Umpire Schramm having a word to say to Maynard. There was no question that Kelly was late on the scene. He was going to make Maynard pay for the easy mark, and he did. And if that's what happens when you get belted around the ears, they ought to belt him more often, because it put an extra 10 metres on his kick. It was an enormous punt at the ball, and the Bays move now to 6-6 to the legs 3-3.
Oh, there's plenty of interaction between a few of the other players in the centre too, as big John Hall gets up high. Andrew Ace tackled well, but they said it was high. Umpire Schramm. Andrew Ace's free kick. Gee, Nord have just had their score doubled. 5 kicks, Andrew Ace. Centre half forward. Maynard couldn't mark it. Rodney. The runner's out to Alan Stringer. The handball out now to Keith Thomas. He runs it into the pocket. Gets a bit of a push. He gets a free kick. Oh, a bit soft, that free kick. Not a lot there. But Keith Thomas has it in the pocket. Now, Michael Ace had one 10 minutes ago. Went for the short pass. It came unstuck, and Glenelg ran it down and got a goal. They need a goal, Norwood. Keith Thomas brings it back superbly. This first goal, Norwood 4-3, Glenelg 6-6.
Yes, beautifully done, Keith Thomas. He had nowhere to go. He was completely snookered in that left forward pocket. He had 3 Bay defenders on him. He was running the ball towards the line, and when he felt the push came, he just made it look a little harder. The umpire agreed, sympathised with him, and you don't want to give Keith Thomas a chance like that. From 30 metres out, he slotted it, and Norwood come back, but still trail 4-3 to 6-6.
It's a 10-goal quarter. 6 to Glenelg. Norwood have got 4. Carey over the top. Hodgman's kick smothered. Plenty of players around the ball. It comes out now. McDermott, Maynard. Maynard cannot pick it up. The siren's gone. A great quarter of football here at quarter time on Sevens Big League. Norwood 4-3, Glenelg 6-6. At the start of the second quarter here at Football Park, Glenelg leading by 15 points after a great first quarter. John Hall and Henwood. Henwood got up higher. Michael Ace has got the ball. He was best on ground in first quarter. Couldn't get rid of it on that occasion. Plenty of players there, and Maynard's at the bottom of the pack, and it's his free kick. He got a whack from Craig Kelly just before quarter time. Then he kicked a 60-metre goal. Goes long again. That's gone every bit of 60 metres. The whistle's gone. The free kick will go Glenelg's way. Stephen Copping against Bruce Winter, and Bruce Winter couldn't handle Copping in the first quarter. Stephen had 6 shots at goal. Kicked 3. He hasn't missed that one. It's coming across, but he's got it. That's his fourth. Stephen Copping has kicked a goal in the first minute of both quarters of this game. 7-6 the Bays, Norwood 4-3.
Yes, well, they have a problem there. That one was a free kick, and I must admit I didn't see it. But, of course, Copping would throw a scare into any defence, and I suppose they were looking at him on the lead or when the ball came to the ground, and the umpire swiftly picked it up. But Copping is a thorn on the side, and the Bays looking a particularly strong unit. Maynard also giving them plenty of opportunities through centre field.
7-6 the Bays, Norwood 4-3. John Hall and Henwood. Hall got that one. He did it in a slingshot fashion then, got it out. Channer fighting for the ball. He's got one around the ears, and umpire Schramm is going to give him a free kick. 10 out of 10 for effort for the young lad. Gee, Michael Ace has found a space. The ball's floating. Ace has marked it though. Thought about the handball. Then he looks for his brother Andrew. He's in the pocket. Couldn't mark the ball. Keith Thomas pushed off it by McDermott. Rodney Maynard back to Keith Thomas. Ace, Hine, 2 players in there. Both wanted to mark the ball. Maynard got it out. Marshall. This is where the Bays get their goals. They run it from defence. David Kernahan, if he can pick it up, he's got a big area to move in. It came off the side of his boot. Kidney and Warhurst, but Warhurst has been paid the mark, and he plays it on now. Tanner from Taylor. Michael Ace. He is everywhere. Scarlett Pimpernel puts it up into the forward area. Gee, Norwood player pushed out there, Andrew Ace, by Henwood, but it's gone through for a point. Norwood 4-4, Glenelg 7-6.
The pace is a cracker. It's all offence. They attack from the back pocket, both teams. Run the ball brilliantly. What a game of football. Gibbs to the lead of Kernahan. He's come down into the back pocket for it. He's got Donovan further afield. Not much else on that side. He's going to have to come back infield. Try to find McDermott, who's going to have to work hard. Courage showed out there. McDermott over the centre line. A long kick. Getting back is Taylor. 1, 2 grabs. Can't complete it. The umpire has paid the mark. The Bays don't like it, but Taylor will relieve from the half-back line. Ball is midfield, but he's going to edge the ball out of defence along the outer side. Up goes Rodney Maynard. Brenton it is. Brenton Maynard, and takes a fine mark at centre wing. 3 Maynards on the ground. Rodney and Brenton for Norwood, and Peter for Glenelg. Stringer should have taken that one. He flew unopposed in the end. Thomas goes in. Donovan has a saddle put on him, and the umpire's going to give him a free kick for it.
Glenelg 20 points up. Donovan from right half-back flank goes long. John Hall will leap that. Unopposed, he takes the mark. Warhurst kept West out. Play on is the call. Jarvis. 3 downfield. Gallagher's got it now. The umpire says play on. Fabulous field goes through the centre of the ground. Andrew Aish will be too late. Henwood lost sight of that ball. Now Michael Aish. Scanlon. Can he kick it? It's floating just outside the goal post. So a great attack by Norwood, and he brings up a point. Norwood 4-5, Glenelg 7-6.
Michael Aish again, 11 kicks and 2 handballs. Going like a rocket. Henwood, good lead. He's got the ball on the half-back line. The Bays by 19 points, 5 minutes gone, second quarter. The kick to centre wing, Warhurst underneath it, West edged under. Marshall gets a long handball out, working hard for it. Maynard against Aish. The umpire said he didn't have it. Maynard played that very cleverly. He's got the free kick. He's been in the thick of things, literally. A high kick to the half-forward line. West over the top. Winter at the back. Kelly in, can't get it out. Tapped out now to Kidney. This way, that away. Has the pace. Breaks around onto his right leg, but can't keep it in play. And the penalty free kick will go to Craig Baum in the back pocket.
Norwood fans would be asking how much longer Aish can keep up this pace. Graham Corns would be interested to know too, because 5 minutes into the second quarter, Aish has dominated, and yet Norwood still trail. Wiggly. Second mark, and he played such a big role in Glenelg's premiership last year. He can boot the ball a long way. Copping, Carey. Too strong. That's his third mark. There are a couple of decoys up there, Carey and Copping. Great thinkers of the game of football. Carey's fourth kick. Boots his first goal. Glenelg 8-6, Norwood 4-5.
Norwood simply too strong in the air in that forward division there. If it's not Carey, it's Copping. And Jim West is also lurking around the place, and the ball is going in there often enough. Maynard, Hodgman, Marshall, they're all sending the ball forward together with Kidney, and they're looking very much the premiership side that they were in 1984. They haven't, 1985, correction. They haven't got Hall or Simons, but even without those two classy players, they look strong all over the ground. They lead 8-6 to 4-5.
The Redlegs slightly deficient up forward. Brenton and Rodney Maynard not getting the clean touches that the Glenelg forwards are getting. Michael Aish again, a quick kick away. A push against Scanlon, and he'll take a free kick. Donovan is arguing about it, but as Ian Day always says, umpires don't change their mind. Scanlon goes in now towards Hine, the big chap, 2 grab, play on is the call. Cruz in trouble, caught with the ball, comes out to Payne. He gives it to Rodney Maynard. Scanlon's under that. Great mark, a lot of courage. And a good effort by Marshall to get there, but you'll take your hat off to Scanlon. He didn't take his eyes off that ball in.
Peter, he looks a bit wobbly.
Yes, he does a bit, but it's marvellous what that football does for you. If you've got it in your hands, it's a bit like a shot.
Of what?
Coca-Cola. 6 kicks. Scanlon dragged it, but it's still through. His first goal. Norwood 5-5, Glenelg 8-6.
It's top football. Each side is doing the right thing. There it was, Scanlon, who showed the courage but then again the Bay defender had to make sure that he paid for taking that mark, and it was Marshall that came in heavy. It was all good, legitimate football, and seldom have we seen a better game of football so early in the season. Both sides playing well. 8-6 the Bays lead Norwood 5-5.
A game worthy of a grand final thus far. We're 8 minutes into the second quarter. Alan Stringer caught cold with that one. Scanlon comes out with it, doing great work at the moment. Here's a chance for Wayne Stringer. Couldn't mark the ball. Gallagher off hands. Michael Aish. Andrew Aish. Can he get a free kick at the ball? He's got one now. Hooks it around his body. He's got it. Great goal, Andrew Aish. His first. Norwood 6-5. Glenelg 8-6.
Oh, what a game of football, Peter. But gee, the pressure came on Norwood there. They had several options open. When Michael Aish gave it across to Andrew, he had a chance of putting it to Hine in the square, but there was just a chance, so he didn't. He took another few steps himself, ran himself into a pocket, but in the end it was a fine snapshot, produced his first, the league 6 goals, and they're back in the action. But they trail by 13 points, 9 minutes into the second quarter.
Gee, I thought the pace of the first quarter would see it slow down in this quarter, but I think it's got quicker. Up goes Hall. He got his hand to that one. Alan Stringer snared it. Jarvis at half-back. Onto the left boot. Goes long. Wayne Stringer under the ball. Keith Thomas spoils him. Spoils him too well. Free kick against Keith Thomas over the shoulder of Wayne Stringer. His free kick at centre half-back.
See, the umpires are getting some friendly conversations this afternoon. Thomas didn't like that one either, but he went on with a tackle just a little too long, pushing the back. That's got to be so, and it's going to be David Kernahan from the attack side of centre wing to send the Tigers into attack. Hall has dropped back in defence for the legs, but Kernahan puts it in the air, looking for the lead now of Carey. Hall back there. He's got the free kick. No, he paid the mark. The umpire's going to call the ball back as Taylor rushed off with it. Hall usually handballs. He does again. Jarvis is the recipient. Kicks long to the half-forward line. Brenton Maynard sets himself. Big leap. Not successful. Donovan took his eyes off the ball at the wrong time, and the umpire will come in and sell it and bounce the ball. Separate the players first. 8-6 to 6-5. 10 minutes gone. Maynard against Henwood, who finished up with a footy. A loose ball. Jarvis has got to wait for it like a rugby halfback. He gets swallowed. Stringer, the running player, Hodgman, the base, set it up again. Put it out in front of the lead of Copping. He's there, got his hands to it. Couldn't complete it. Barn loped to the scene. Out wide there is Payne, and that's the way the ball will end.
Well disposed by Craig Barham, and he backs it up again. He can boot the ball a long way. Had no one to kick it to. Kicks it into the open space, and McDermott gets there first. He's got plenty of time to go around bodies. Seabohm almost cut off there, but he kicked it straight to Barham, who did well on the rebound. He gave it to Gallagher. Gallagher getting his kicks in defence somewhat. Alan Stringer in the centre. Great tackle, holding the ball. Oh, didn't give him long. That's that tackle from behind where the player hasn't really got a chance. Now Gallagher. Superb handball, Gallagher. That's the handball of the game so far. Tanner up forward. Andrew Aish, close to a free kick. Back on the ball, tackle. The umpire will bounce that one. Superb football. Hine is the big man for Norwood. Henwood for the Bays, and there's plenty of players around the ball. Gee, Hine went up out of sight. Maynard over the top of the ball, and the umpire will bounce it yet again. Hine did a cartwheel in mid-air there, landed flat on his back, but he appears to be okay. Henwood in front this time. He didn't want to be sat on. Rodney Maynard tries to get rid of it, but he's still got it, and there'll be another bounce.
Well, Peter, it's rough and tough in there. McDermott wants to go on with it. Bone McDermott and Justin Scanlon, two toughies, top footballers both, are bounced out. In the right forward pocket, gee, there's plenty of arms and legs in there. Henwood tried to thump it clear, likewise Stringer. Here's a chance now for Tanner. McIntosh, dummies, twist, turns, gives a chance. Maynard short into the pocket. Scanlon again, tucked him on the angle, looking inboard for the pass. It's not there. Each move has been covered by the Bay defence, and Scanlon will shoot for the woodwork. Only about 30 metres out, 60-degree angle. McIntosh coming off, has not looked fit since he's been there. Kick number 8 coming back with a boot. Oh, it's just shaved the goalpost on the wrong side. And a point results to Scanlon and Norwood, 6-6 to 8-6. And it's Olaf Bodie who's replaced McIntosh on the turf.
Yes, we did have a report prior to the game that McIntosh may not be 100%. That is clearly the case, as Ross Gibb belts one out of defence. It's gone 60 metres. Michael Ace did it well. Tanner was caught, but the handball was brilliant. Back to Michael Ace. Saw a player, Rodney Maynard, found him. Rodney Maynard short, Payne. Oh, he's marked it. Oh, fingertip, skill, brilliance. His third mark. Thought about playing on. He does now. He's lined it up and he's popped it straight through the middle. First goal. Norwood back in business. 7-6. Glenelg 8-6.
Oh dear me. What else can they do out there? They're all miracle men. Michael Ace in the action again, but how about David Payne then? 1, 2, 3, 4 grabs before he finally got it in. But it's all brilliant stuff. And the huge crowd here is getting their money's worth. 8-6 Glenelg. Norwood 7-6, one straight kick the difference.
Well, how longer can the pace continue? 14 minutes gone, and I think the players are pretty happy that the conditions are not so oppressive as they were on Saturday. Craig Kelly back, off hands Hodgman, roved it beautifully, Copping wants it, Hodgman goes long, it's going to bounce the wrong way, Bruce Winter comes back and just taps it over the line. A reprieve for Norwood. Glenelg 8-7, Norwood 7-6.
Sure was, Peter. I thought Hodgie might have gone for the pass there. Copping was well out on his own, but he could see the vacant square and went for home. Stringer tried to get a handball away. The umpire said he took too long to do it, or didn't do it, and the free kick's going the way of Taylor. See, the tackling has been good, the handball's been good, as has the kicking. Not Taylor, it is Tanner off the half-back line. Bodie in the middle there, couldn't get it. Donovan back to Carey. Big Super's in trouble. Gets out of it like a robot. Salisbury, Seabohm, Hodgman, centre wing. The Bay's going to attack short. Stringer now with a chance to set it up. Goes in wrong looking for Copping, but he wasn't out on front this time. It is Winter in front for the first time, and he cuts off the pass. In defence, he sets it up for Maynard. Rodney at the centre wing spot. He got one grab, couldn't complete it. Ace thieves it from Hodgman. Running into trouble, Maynard. The bounce favours Seabohm. Can't keep his feet. Big Super's going to go against the tide. That was a throw. The umpire saw it. Big Super didn't even bat an eyelid. He just bowled it off. He knew he'd done it. So did everyone else on the ground.
It's a bit like tunnel ball in the old days, Super. Away goes Gallagher. Duthie in good position. Through comes Payne, roved it beautifully. Michael Ace, open goal. His third from his 13th kick. What a game. Norwood 8-6, Glenelg 8-7.
Well, the legs have fought back brilliantly. At one stage then, Glenelg had gone away from 8-7, I think about 8-7 to 4-3 they there at one stage, and it looked like how far Glenelg. But Norwood have got themselves together. And with brilliant work from the Ace brothers, Scanlon, also Payne doing some good work, Hall winning the taps at centre against Henwood, and they've fought back magnificently to trail by only 1 point 16 minutes in.
The remainder of this quarter very important for both sides. Hine and Carey now on the ball. Gallagher off hands, Scanlon in there, back towards Warhurst, gets a boot to ball just. Bodie's at half forward. The thump comes from Wayne Stringer. Neil Hine in the centre of the ground. He was tackled. No whistle. Hodgman, his co-rover, Kidney, got a poor bounce. David Kernahan. Off hands now. Neil Hine in there working very hard. Jarvis got it out. The kick away came from Taylor, but it only went to Hodgman on centre wing. Players might have a breather in a minute. They've been at it all day. Big Neil Hine comes in late, couldn't take the mark. Over the top now, McDermott. Plenty of players around the ball, and the umpire says holding the ball. 17 minutes gone, holding the ball against the base, and it's going to go to Craig Kelly.
No, Henwood's getting it. It's for the base, Peter.
Henwood for the base. Thank you, Ian. Big Super Kerry lopes down through half forward. This would be a miracle goal if he kicks it from there. the point. So Glenelg 8-9, Norwood 8-6.
18 minutes gone, second quarter. Barn to do the honours. Running out of superlatives for the game. Scanlon has time. Kick number 9 goes to the half-forward line. Cruz against Maynard. Andrew Ace gets clear. Looks now for brother. Michael at the back. Comes out with a footy, or does he? Quickly in Hall. Ace comes out with the ball across to Maynard. Goal! Oh, brilliantly done, Ace again. Rodney Maynard grabbing it through. His first. And the legs have hit the front. 9-6, they lead the Bays 8-8.
Oh, amazing stuff, really. Andrew Aish's form in the middle there to evade the tackle after he got the ball was brilliant. He thought about the Maynard lead, but he thought again, because Michael Aish was up there, and why not shoot it towards that player? Michael Aish's recovery to Maynard was just something quite excellent. Norwood 9-6, Glenelg 8-8.
Carey and ruck against Hine. Neville Roberts just shaking his head. The legs have come from the clouds, and do you think he's getting itchy britches? Through Aish. Can't find the footy. Kidney should get the... Oh, holding the ball. Yes. Well, Peter Marker picked it. I didn't. Thomas from the attack side of the centre circle. Out wide with Jarvis. He dummied that one. Goes into the pocket. Aish again. This fellow's a phantom. They can't find him. It's his 8th mark. And his 14th kick, and he's going in short and finds Justin Scanlon, who's also having a big afternoon. Scanlon's 10th kick coming up. He's taken 6 marks, 3 handballs, and there it is. Thomas, second goal. The legs going like rockets. 10-6 to the Bays, 8-8.
Well, the Bay defenders went to sleep. They were all standing around flat-footed. 3 or 4 Norwood players involved in the action. Aish again involved. Payne also, Keith Thomas, and they just did as they liked. Keith Thomas ran right up to the goal, used the right boot and steered it through. Norwood 10-6, Glenelg 8-8.
Michael Aish, unbelievable. The Legs fans say, where has he been for so long? Carey against Hine. Line ball, that one. Going through was Andrew Aish, trying to emulate his brother. And the umpire has said a free kick is going to the Bays for a throw, and it'll be taken by Stringer.
Wayne Stringer on centre wing. The umpire says it's not, Alan Stringer, it's not his free kick. Belongs to another Bay player in Robin Kidney. Kidney will go long with this one. 50 metres. Hine under the ball. Couldn't mark it. Henwood off hands. The kick is a stray though. It will go out on the full. And it's marked over the line down there by Bruce Winter. Well, he's had a horrific first quarter and a half with Copping booting 4. And he could have booted 7, Copping, if he'd been more accurate. Andrew Ace playing very well. Breaks out of half-back. Puts it up high. Keith Thomas, Michael Aish, Wayne Stringer back on it. He's tackled. So is Keith Thomas. A good tackle. And umpire Hilton will bounce it. The right half-forward flank.
The Bays don't like that one. Norwood fans agree. 10-6 to 8-8. Bounce down on the half-forward right flank. The Legs by 10 points. Bodie got up high. Back to Gibbs. Towards centre field. McDermott. Stringer at centre wing. Sets it up short. Henwood. Good mark against opposition there from Warhurst. I don't know whether Henwood's at centre half forward, but Warhurst is on him. Out goes Copping. Beautifully put Henwood. Oh, he dropped it. He'll need Henwood support again. Couldn't get the handball away. Well done now. Going through was Winter. Lost it back to Copping. Butted up well for the second attempt, Copping, after making the error. Howard in long. Up towards full forward. Strong mark taken there. At full forward by West. Think he may have been moved. We'll pick that up in a moment. But he's come out with Balm to meet the ball, and that's indicative. Big Jim West. The angle is evident. Kick number 5. The Bays badly need a steady up. Kick underway. Coming back with a boot. It's going to be marginally short. Hine back there, but the ball tumbles across the line for the minor score. 8-9 Glenelg, 10-6 Norwood.
Alan Stringer off, and he's walking down to the change rooms. Woodland is on. There's been quite a few moves. Seabohm to the back pocket. Cruz to centre half back. Andrew Aish, he's got a panic. Woodlands will never catch him. Andrew Aish Aish runs through the centre of the ground, kicks it up to half forward, but it falls short and Gibbs takes the mark. Mr. Cool. Woodlands, who followed Andrew Aish down, has got that on the rebound. Now Wayne Stringer, the Bays desperate for a score. They realise that they've got to lift the Bays. Not quite a mark close to the ground by Jarvis, but through goes Barr. He's pretty confident too. He has a bounce. Bodie's on his own, and he'll mark it left half forward flank. Well, they look pretty good, Norwood. Andrew Aish caught, ducks the head, gets a free kick, balls away. He knew it was his free kick. On he goes now. Keith Thomas, short, Bodie, he's got it at centre half forward, and the Redlegs are on fire. Big crowd here at Football Park, loving every minute of this game, and it has been a blinder right from the word go. If Bodie can boot a goal here, it'll be a great turnaround from Norwood. They were 4-3 at quarter time. Bodie's kicked it. Norwood, that's his first goal. Norwood now 11-6, Glenelg 8-9.
Select fans might ask, where were they during the Escort Cup series? This form certainly wasn't evident. The Bays were in brilliant touch, whereas Norwood couldn't take a trick. But all of a sudden, the Aish brothers come back into the side, and it's a changed team indeed. 11-6, they lead Glenelg 8-9, and it's a magnificent holiday crowd here on Easter Monday at Football Park.
Gee, the Glenelg runner out there issuing orders. There's changes on. David Kernahan's in the centre now. That's about the fourth player they've used. Down it goes to Hodgman. McDermott wheels out of the pack well. Cruz gets a kick up to half forward. Plenty of hands up there, but no mark. Craig Kelly. Taylor had to get rid of it quick. Winter, Warhurst. Here's the run. Jarvis again. Oh, Henwood. Brilliantly done. Oh, he missed on it. And he handballed it out of bounds. 11-6 Norwood. Glenelg 8-9 on 7's big lead. Top football here. Henwood and Hine. Henwood lost his footing there. Hine brings it down. Plenty of hard body work. Kidney, the whistle's gone. The free kick will go back to David Kernahan.
The Bays disadvantage, but Kernahan's got a chance to send them into attack. Copping wants it out wide, not going towards that player, although he might get a leap away. The Legs defence starting to stand the strain now. Kelly off the half-back line. Salisbury up, Michael Aish in there. Donovan comes out with a footy, caught on the left leg. FAD, oh, here's a yoink. Aish is in it. Hodgman wants to butter up. McIntosh has come off the bench. Oh, there's a fight going on the coach's bench. Unbelievable scenes here at Football Park. Players go down, umpires in. Duck for cover, everybody. Anybody can get into this one.
Oh, Big Peter Carey just came in late too, Ian, and scenes of the 1978 grand final when Norwood played against Sturt. Jack Odie, Bob Shearman and co involved then, but now it's a different story.
Scanlon against Carey. Neil Baum looked a little unconcerned. Neville Roberts has lost his shirt. Well, you shouldn't bet it if you're going to lose it. But everything's quiet now. But oh, what a scene here. The action's all on 7's big league, that's for sure at Footy Park. The top game and now a fight. And I think they've probably got a 30-metre advantage there. Kelly and Maynard are still having words. Henwood with the footy, he's 35 metres out. I forgot who got the ball. 8th kick, Henwood shoots for goal. It's close, but just offline at point. Well, what a game. It's got everything. 8-10 the Bays, 11-6 the Legs.
Gee, it started quite innocently too. It was just Hodgman coming across the front of Aish with a legitimate shepherd. Michael wasn't too rapt about it, and it erupted. Hine couldn't mark the ball. Carey with a quick kick away. Woodlands now shoots it back to Marshall. Haven't seen him for a while. Hooks around the body, copping into the pocket, but it's gone out, and there'll be a throw in right forward pocket. Are they ever getting their money here at Football Park? I'm sure if they had to play on the way out, they'd play double. Hine and Henwood in the pocket. Henwood in front, smashes it towards full forward. Now Winter in front of Copping. Henwood in the pocket, hooks it back. Out on the full. Glenelg 8-10, Norwood 11-6. on Sevens big lead.
Peter, they ruled that the ball was out before he kicked it, so they're going to throw it back in. Neil Baum, gee, going back in his playing days, he would have loved to have been in that scrap, but he's a little more composed these days. Perhaps not as fit either. The ball goes back across the line for a throw-in. 11-6 to 8-10. 27 minutes plus gone of an action-packed second quarter. For the crowd ever loving that. Not only the crowd. Henwood against Hine. Warhurst lost it. In goes Ace. Ducks the chutney. Oh, really got it from Scott as well. And he's going to get a free kick at centre-half back. Well, what a return to football. Oh, he tried to play on. And the umpire getting him 15 metres. He tried to step out and pass to Jarvis. And the umpire said he can have it again and got 15 metres. This time the handball goes astray. Kidney, high tackle. Oh, the umpire handing him out now.
Well, a couple of mistakes there by Michael Aish. Glenelg might get one out of this. Jim West comes in late. Baum and Winter. Winter goes for the line. And the umpire will throw it in left half forward flank for the Bays. 8-10 Glenelg, Norwood 11-6. Norwood has kicked 7 goals, 3 this quarter. Glenelg only 2-4. Through goes Tanner. Out comes McDermott. The whistle has gone. A free kick will go to Tanner. He was held on to after the event. Well, I don't know about coaches watching the game from down at ground level. Last escort came, Neil Baum was upstairs. He might stay upstairs from now on, you never know. The boundary umpire has signalled out, so there'll be a throw-in. Just the attack side of centre wing for Norwood. Big Peter Carey. He's the Bay leader. Down it comes, Max Cruz. Put the boot in then. Tanner got it out, Michael Aish. Held on to it for a long time. 15 kicks. Andrew Aish caught behind. Ross Gibbs in front. That was a fine mark.
Was it ever close to half-time here at Football Park as the Bays are going to run the ball into attack again. Looking for Woodlands was Kernahan. He lost the ball. Jarvis beautifully done over Bodie. Now Gallagher on the left foot puts it up high. Norwood player down injured. And I think you'll find Seabohm just hurt a finger, but there was an FAD. And the Legs are going to have a shot at goal. This time through the auspices of Big John Hall. There's a player down on the outer side.
Jarvis, I think, Ian.
Might be Andrew Jarvis. Thank you, Peter. We'll pick that one up in a second as the action's right on 37, Big John Hall. 40 metres out, only his third kick, but he's played well, and he's popped it through. Goal to the Legs, his first. 12-6, 72 Norwood. The Bays 8-10, 58. Great action on Sevens Big League.
Well, it's an 8-goal quarter from the Redlegs. What a magnificent turnaround from the first quarter. Although they did play well in the first quarter, it was just that Glenelg played better. It was Jarvis who went down. He appeared winded, and he's receiving some treatment now by his attendants. Fantastic football here at the park. Norwood 12-6, Glenelg 8-10.
Over 30 minutes, 2 long quarters. The first one was over 30 minutes. Carey against Hine. Hine got the tap away. Ace to Thomas's good football. Jarvis can't take any part in it. He's still very groggy. He's just standing there with the trainers and didn't even look at the footy as it went over the top. Kernahan goes to the half-forward line. Siren sounds. What a quarter for the Legs. As Peter said, 8-3 they kicked to Glenelg 2 goals for. They go to the big break leading 12-6 to 8-10.